Hey there, guys. It's Mia here. I am so excited. I am so excited about this live tonight. I'm going to teach very simply tonight. What do you do if you want to create a predictable revenue in your business? What if you want to have 3 to 5 new clients come into your business each and every month? What do you do? What if you have the desire to sell what you do for high ticket? And you want to do that with time freedom, what do you do? I'm going to break that down all tonight. I'm Mia Redrick, a business and life consultant, and I got started in my company just 20 years ago. I can't believe I'm saying that. And I simply made a decision to go to work as myself. I wanted to take my knowledge, my background, my skills, and my talents and package it into high ticket coaching and consulting. And I've done exactly that. Fast forward, I've had the opportunity to coach thousands of women, professionals, sharp, smart women who want to leverage their soft skills, their expertise, or their education. And they've just been trying to figure out, how can I go to work as me? How can I do it with ease and grace and not hustle and grind? And if you're interested in working with ease and grace, you are in the right place tonight. And if you are, I want you to write hashtag ease and grace. It will be an interactive live tonight. I wanted to do this live specifically. I did a chat with some clients, with some people in my community today. And one of the things that comes up over and over and over again is, how can I consistently grow the revenue in my company? How can I consistently add new clients to my business? How can I consistently hit and know that I could have my first 5K month or my first 6K month? How can I run a business that has a 6-figure year or more, or 6-figure months, or 6-figure quarters? And it just depends on where you are in terms of your mindset and where you are in your business and your skill set and your results base as to what you're seeking with that. But it was a question, it was a common theme that came up over and over again. And it's, my expertise is supporting women with showing up like the giant that you are and not shrinking or undervaluing your gifts and your talents. Now, I got to tell you, I have a huge pet peeve in the marketplace today. And that is, and I know that many of you can relate to this, is that everyone's selling what they have and they're undervaluing what they have. And that means that you have gone to school for 1,000,000 years. I did say 1,000,000, okay? And you're very, very talented. You have an ability to create huge results for others. And yet, when you think about coaching someone, you come up with some rate that is so undervalued based on the results that you create. Now, I want you to think a little bit differently about that today. What I've always said is, my clients can actually pay me for what I do for them. They pay me said fee, whatever it is. And for a lifetime, they're able to use the skills and the talents that I've transferred to them based on all of my years of experience and any mistake that I've made that they can stand on my shoulders from. And the same is true for you. So today, I'm going to do a live and I'm going to share with you, what do you need to be thinking about if right now you want to position yourself for the rest of this year to be able to achieve and exceed and hit your goals? And it's totally doable. And there are a couple of best practices that I've seen over the years that I practice myself, that many of my clients use as well. And I know they're going to totally support you. So if you're ready, you need to be ready for a great live. I want you to write, I'm ready. And I will say that when you're ready to receive a great message, you know what? It just appeals to you differently. So if you're ready, I want you to write in the chat, no matter what platform you're on, I'm ready. And I'm going to get started. I'm going to share with you a couple of things that you really need to be thinking about if over the course of this year, you want to grow the revenue and the profit in your business. You want to have a business that can get you free and keep you free. You want to build a business that's based on time-rich models. And I'm going to share with you, based on what I've done, Kimberly, over the years, to support so many entrepreneurs with doing exactly that. I was just talking to one of my clients today who wrote an amazing book. Her name is Jackie Golden. And I don't know if she's here tonight, but it's from building a business from scratch to 6 figures. And, one of the things she talked about is how she was able to, as a result of the process that I share with her, go from scratch to 6 figures in her business. And now what does she do? She transfers that to other people over and over again. So, get the book. I highly recommend it. I highly recommend her. But I've had a lot of clients hit 6 figures and beyond. And the question really is that the goal? Is the goal, and I'm asking you guys, is the goal to hit 6 figures in your business, or is it something bigger than that? I think it's something bigger, right? So you guys right here is an interactive live. Is the goal hit six figures, or is the goal so much bigger than that? I think the goal is often to be able to live the life that you desire, do work that you love, to be able to spend quality time with your family. I know for me that running a great business has allowed me the option to be able to travel the world with my family. And that's so important to me. It's provided comfort and stability to my family. And that's really the reason I think most of us want to build solid, profitable businesses, but often we're missing some of the key pieces. So you're ready, I'm ready. Okay, Kimberly's ready. Okay, so let's just jump in. What do I think are the secret ingredients? What is the secret sauce to building a profitable and amazing business, online or offline? Something that you can totally depend on, and that's predictable for you and that grows. And the first thing is thinking about your niche. And this is something that a lot of us don't think about, but your niche is super important. And what I mean by that is, a lot of times we're talented and we're gifted and we think about what we want to do, and sometimes we just choose what we want to do and we actually never think about niching what we do. This is what I see often. A lot of amazing, brilliant, talented people see what other folks are doing and they say, I'm going to do that. I'm going to be a health coach like that. I'm going to be a business coach like that. But I want you to understand that your niche is very, very powerful. It's a powerful differentiator. So when you start thinking about the results and the transformation that you can provide for others, and you niche down what you can do for people, it puts you in a whole different category. And let me explain to you what I mean. And if this resonates, I want you to write, this resonates. When I got started in my business, I didn't start as a business coach. I started as a mom coach. And my niche was that I had a soft skill and an ability to create amazing results for women who were moms, because I was a mom that always made time for my life. And I had a systematic process, 5 steps that I used to do it. And I knew that if I could teach other women that exact process, that they would have results also. So that was my niche. Okay. So it wasn't a niche that I could look at and say, this person does that or that person does it. It was based on my life, my results, my background, and my expertise. And the same is true for you. And so I launched that niche and it put me in a singular category of one. I am the mom strategist, the only mom strategist. And as a result of sharing my tools, my strategies, my tips, I was signed to Emmy nominated and nationally syndicated shows. I ended up doing a number of corporate deals with Fortune 100 and 500 brands. As a result of that, I ended up coaching tons of moms in partnerships with brands like Panera and Great Harvest Bread Company and Corner Bakery Cafe. And I say this to you because I want you to really think about what your niche is. And a lot of us don't take enough time to think about it. And actually, when I'm working with entrepreneurs, they start in a very generalist type of way. They're very general about what they do. And actually, when I get them to get specific, it's like it drives them nuts initially, right? Because we're so used to being generalists. But I want you to be a specialist. What is it that you do that is unique to you? It's your walk, your journey, the things you've overcome. And now, as a result of someone wanting to work with you, they're like, wow, that's the story that I have. If I told you the number of clients who have signed up to work with me who have some connection to kidney issues. My husband got a kidney transplant over 10 years ago and is doing amazingly well. But I know that me sharing my story, my authentic story of path and method, and how I was always able to practice my self-care for myself during a time that was very difficult, in supporting my husband through his care, resonated with my audience. And as a result, I had women that equally had something similar and they would raise their hand. So you got to know that people are going to raise their hand for you if you show up as you. But if you show up as a version of someone else, you know what? It'll be short lived in terms of what it is you want to do. We're talking today about, what do you do? If you want 3 to 5 new clients each and every month, if you want to have consistent revenue in your company, you've got to have a solid niche, and you need to be able to clearly communicate what it is that you do that's results based, so that the person that needs what you have says, that is the person for me. Does this make sense? Now, if this makes sense, I want you to write this. It makes sense. All right. And it's the basis of the training that I provide for my clients. It's the foundation of what I teach them, because it was really life changing for me. The second thing that you've got to understand if you want to, in your business, generate consistent revenue is you cannot be afraid to stand in your value. All right. You cannot be afraid to stand in your value. And let me explain that. So I have the great pleasure to work with amazing individuals, smart, sharp, just like you. And often when the women come to me, they are charging low ticket for what they do. They're charging by the hour for what they do. And or they've been creative duplicators. They're copying what other people are doing and believing that that's their price. And I always say to them, if someone doesn't know their value and you copy their prices, then you get their value. You don't get yours. And I think one of the biggest issues and the reason why most businesses aren't as profitable as they could be, they don't have the revenue that they want, because most people don't know how to calculate their own value. And maybe that's you. If I asked you right now, like, tell me, why are you charging for your services? Like for this particular line item or the other, you might not know how to derive that price, but it's really important for you to understand how to calculate the value of what it is that you do. And I'm really masterful at doing that, and because of that, I don't undercharge for what I do. Sometimes you'll meet people in this marketplace, especially today, that will believe in their mind that they're going to compete on price. And let me explain. You'll have people who will say that they do exactly what you do. And maybe you're charging, I'm making this up, $1,000 right now, and they're charging $100 for the exact same service. And you might think, oh man, they're charging like $100 and $1,000, but you've got to understand your differential. You've got to understand what is it that you do that's different. In my case, I charge what I charge because I deliver amazing results and I can back my results up with proof. It's not just toting the same 4 to 6 clients over and over again. I can show you, like I've worked with hundreds of people over the years that have willingly said, these are the kind of results and transformation that I've gotten working with her. This is where I started, no product. I didn't know how to charge 5 figures for my product. I didn't know how to sell. And as a result of working with her, I was able to create that. And what I also understand is that I'm never going to compete on price. People pay me for my results, and I'm teaching you here. I hope you're getting this, that your ideal clients want to work with you because of the results and the transformation that you bring. And most of us need another eye to look at what we want to do in our niche and help us look at how to not undervalue and undercharge what our expertise is. I want to just check in with you for a minute. Is this making sense? Are you getting value? If you're getting value, I want you to write, I'm getting value, and this is absolutely making sense. And if you want to generate consistent revenue in your company, if you want to always have a new set of leads or eyeballs or clients that are coming in that you have the opportunity to work with, you got to be really clear about your niche and your value. The reason that someone wants to work with you is because you do deliver amazing results for them, and that is value. And you have to be super clear. Hey, Monica, you have to be super clear around those results and the transformation that you bring to the table. And if you're not clear on that, then you take somebody else's value, you get paid the value that they have. Now, let me just back this up for a second, because the truth of the matter is the reason that most people undercharge is because of mindset. And I want to write that down. It's mindset. Like, I'm always surprised by the number of people who are so talented at what they do, and they deliver amazing results in the workplace and in their lives, in their communities. But when it comes to running their business, they're ready to do a start over, a do over. Like none of that counts. And I want, if this is you, I want you to lean in and listen, right? Like really listen. Hey there, darling. I appreciate you for saying that, Monica. It's mindset. You got to understand that the first sale is you. And if you don't believe that you're worth it, and I want to talk about worth for a minute, and my goal is not to offend anyone, but I know if a client feels that they're worth it or not. And I'll tell you why. Okay, so let's think about sales for a minute. And imagine for a minute you are looking to get 3 to 5 new clients each and every month, right? So we'll keep it conservative, 3 to 5 new clients each and every month. And imagine that you are selling something for $5,000 at least, right, per client. So that's $15,000 to $25,000 a month. And for a lot of people, that can be life changing. It can make all the difference, right, in terms of getting started. So if your numbers are bigger than that, just throw in bigger numbers. I want to keep it conservative. But imagine that whenever you think about offering $5,000 for what you do, and you deliver amazing results, you stutter. You prefer to say that smaller number. And I know I'm talking to some of you, and I know somebody's walking around right now saying, "Oh my goodness, you see me? I'm calling you out." The reason that you are afraid to charge that high ticket price, even though you know you deliver, and even though you know you over deliver, is because you have never made a significant investment in yourself. It's true. How do you walk a client psychologically through a place that you've never gone? And so we're talking tonight about how do you consistently hit your goals, your revenue goals? How do you generate a business that you is predictable, that you can trust? And self-investment is so important, and it's a significant part of mindset. And people don't want to talk about it because you're talking about investment. So they're like, "Mia, you're trying to sell me something." I'm not selling you something. I'm breaking this down for you. And I want you to understand that if you are looking to change your life, you have to change your mind. All right. And that means that understanding that how to walk a client through a place you've never been is very difficult. That means that every single time you talk to a client and they say, "I don't have the money," you believe them because you think, "Always, I don't have the money," or more or less, you don't know how to fight for what it is that you want to find the money, right? So I work with people who say yes and they figure it out. And there's a difference between people who say yes and figure it out versus the person that is not creative around what they want for themselves. I want you to think about it this way. If you had the opportunity, Oprah was having a big concert, and you had an opportunity to sit on the front row, and Oprah was going to be speaking at this event, and you had an opportunity to sit on the front row, but the only thing you had to do was come up with $5,000, right? You'd be in the front row, and you might have the opportunity to take the stage, right? Would you find the money? That's the question. Would you find the money? All right, right? Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, maybe, yes, no, yes, no. And even if you're watching the replay, and it's an exercise in thought. So you see, the reason that you would find the money if Oprah was hosting something and you were sitting on the front row is because of that it's Oprah, and you wouldn't have to really think about it for yourself. So you would just say, "Okay, I've seen Oprah, I've seen her shows. I'm just going to show up because I might be able to get the mic and I can." But if you imagine if you lived your life that way, imagine if you showed up for the things for yourself that will grow you and that will make you better the exact same way that you would do for something that you're not even really sure that it would have value for you. I see people do this with concerts, with vacations, all that kind of stuff, right? Yeah, that level of stage, right? Without a doubt. Yes, Monica. But also people do it because a lot of times it's easier for me to say, "I trust what you do, but I don't trust myself to say yes to myself, to launch myself." And you've got to look at yourself just like you create the stages for yourself. The very first investments that I made myself were significant, and I didn't even know what my product was going to be. And I had to step on that stage and give myself that mic. And it required me to make significant investments, like 18 grand in myself. And I'm so grateful for all the investments that I've made in myself over the years that have made all the difference. And I just want to shift your mindset around it. We're talking about how to hit the revenue that you desire in your business and in your life. And how do you do it when you know what I mean? What are the steps? Number one, you need a niche that's amazing, and that's based on your unique path. Number two, you need to value who you are and what you bring to the table, and not play small with that anymore, because part of that is attraction, and it allows you to be in front of the right clients. So for those of you who've been trying to sell what you have and you're like, "Nobody's buying, I'm not the right clients, nobody has any money," or whatever, to move forward, you're in front of the wrong people. You want to be in front of people who are ready, people who are yes folks. Those are the women that I work with. They say yes, they figure it out. They are high level investors, and they just step into it for themselves. And those are the individuals who typically are the highest level implementers. Those are the individuals who are proactively seeking an investment. They don't need to be convinced about it. And it's a whole different client base. Just saying. And anyone that you have to convince, like, you're worth it, right? It's probably not the person that's willing to make an investment quickly. All right. Number 3, mindset. And then mindset is, a lot of times people, before they can step into that next level, they just don't believe they're worth it. And you have to do that work on yourself so that you can know that you're absolutely worth it, and like do the work on yourself so you can step into that next version of yourself. And I tell my clients all the time, there is a layer of money around you that likely you do not see. And we don't see it because of our own beliefs, doubts, and fears and insecurities. Fears and doubts really allow us to look at the lowest level of an entry point. And that's why reading is so important and doing self-work is so important. So you can just reach for the highest and tallest thing to get yourself out from wherever you are. I've seen clients over the years. I had one client, I love her so much, but this client came to me amazing in her business. She was selling a year-long coaching program. Guys, get this, okay? But it was like a membership service for $97 for 1 year. And she had lots of people in it, $97. And she might be here right now listening to this. And I remember thinking, you're so awesome, and you got the niche nailed, but you are undervaluing the gift. So you're not attracting the right audience. And your mindset is not allowing you to stand in your value and be gigantic. So you're always at a point of struggle in the business because you haven't decided to step into that next realm of people who are willing to invest in what you have because of belief. Okay. And as a result of our work together, one of the things I suggested to her was, right away, I want you to let this client base know you're not going to work with them anymore at that price, that they have a certain amount of time. I don't remember what it was now. It was a short period of time. They have until Friday at this price. And after that, it's going to be whatever. So a lot of people renewed with her. And the moral of the story was, within 2 weeks, she made $12,500. She hired me to help her hit 6 figures. And that was her first 6-figure year. We took this, went from, I think she started offering 5,000, 7,500, 12,000. And now she has programs in the 20,000s of dollars. I think it's like 25,000 is her highest coaching program. I'm telling you this because she went through these stages of growth in order for her to build an amazing business. She became a lot more attractive as her prices increased, and she was able to really find people who were looking for her and the results that she was bringing to the table. The fourth thing that I want you to think about, if you want to have a consistent revenue flow in your business, is one of the most important things, as I see it, is your lead system. And most people don't know how to attract the right leads. And if that's you, you can write amen, even if you're watching the replay. Like, that's my problem, right? So you're out here, you're doing what you're doing, but you're not in front of the right people. And that is really the reason that most people are not really profitable. And there is a system to systematic selling. Okay. It is. It's my mastery. Knowing how to get in front of the right buyer, not be salesy, and have that person say, that's the person I need to work with. And they are pursuing you instead of you pursuing them. And I want you to think about how you're currently selling. Is your sales process systematic? Is your lead process systematic? Is your lead process automated? Right? Do you know how to acquire leads, whether you're paying for traffic or it's free traffic? What is your process? And I will tell you, all of those things really determine whether or not you can have the kind of revenue months that you want to have in your business, whether or not you're working with the right people or the wrong people in your business. Because a lot of times people end up working with whoever they can because they don't have the choice of individuals that they want to work with. There are systematic ways to bring your ideal clients to work with you over and over again. And let me tell you my lens as it relates to this. When I started my business 20 years ago, now I think this is before Periscope, this is before Facebook Live and Insta Live and all of this, okay? So I didn't have any of that. So 20 years ago, I have this idea. I want to work from my home. Now, the question is, I did not build my business as a coach, as a speaker. So most coaches, a lot of them are speakers and on the road. They meet people on the road, and that's where they get their client base from. But I was like, I don't want to be a speaker. I just want to work from my home. So I had to become really great at building my process to get my ideal clients to come directly to me. And that was without video, like literally, okay? Because it didn't exist. These video platforms didn't exist. And I learned some things about systematic selling that I teach to my clients on how to properly bring the right client to you, and then how to make the offer to the right client in a systematic way. And a lot of people are leaving money on the table. It's flat true. Somebody write hashtag money on the table. A lot of people leaving money on the table just because they don't have a systematic way to create leads, right? And they don't and generate leads, new leads, and they don't know what to do with the leads that they have. And they don't know how to have a conversation with someone that is a buyer. And maybe that's you. But I will tell you that there is a systematic way to do it. Sales is not hard. It is not salesy. It is not difficult when you know exactly, thank you, Monica, when you know exactly what to do. And if you don't know what to do, then each time you're on with clients or however you're selling, it's something different. It's not predictable. And I want to tell you that the best and most profitable businesses have a predictable sales process. Is your process predictable? Are you using a systematic selling process? And if not, you need to be, and you need to learn how to do that. And it's something that I teach my clients how to do. It's very, very important. It's the only way that you can guarantee, like, or you'll know for yourself, like how many leads you need to bring in, and then how many conversations you need to have, or how many presentations you need to have, and how to consistently close those clients, no matter how and where you're doing it. And if you don't know how to do that, you're gonna have to invest to learn how to do that. All right, because that's how you generate revenue in the business. And I'm going to tell you how not to generate revenue in business, which is what most people are doing. Most people are thinking that, like posting a million times a day, going live every day. Most people are thinking podcasting is it. Podcasting is really, really great, and it's very, very effective when you have an audience. And certainly when you're a new podcaster, you've got to build an audience and grow an audience. Podcasting can be very lucrative when you have an audience. If you don't have an audience, you still are looking for a process to generate those leads. But there's some really easy, simple ways to get your ideal clients to come to you. A lot of my clients don't have big lists at all, and they all sell high ticket things. But I show them how to find your ideal audience and how to communicate with them so that they ask you for the sale. See, your ideal clients are going to ask you for the sale. And it's flat true. And they're going to ask you because of the connection that they have with you, because of your authenticity, and because of your process. And they know that you see them and understand them. Are we clear? All right. And I wanted to come on here tonight specifically to talk about how you can change your whole business. Like, I don't know where you are, or what you did last month in your business, but you can change your whole business by setting up a systematic process. And it's not what you know that's in the way. And this is one of the biggest issues for smart people. Okay, because smart people always think about what they know how to do. And like, I could do that. I could teach myself that. I could do that. But that's not what's in the way. What's in the way is what you don't know. And I always tell my clients, like, listen, if you know what I know, you can do what I do. It's simple. It's easy. You make investments to learn what someone knows. And hopefully your mentor, your teachers, your coaches are fully transparent around what they're really doing. And I would say that I don't know if any of my clients are on any of these platforms, but I would say that my clients will tell you, I always pull it back. I show them exactly what to do. I show them how to do it. I show them how I do it. And then they are able to do it for a lifetime. And you need to make sure that your mentors, your teachers are doing that for you, and that you are not falling into that shiny object syndrome, which a lot of people are investing because, like, this thing is $50, it's $40, whatever it is. That's not how you make an investment so that you can change your life or change your company's life or get 3 to 5 new clients. You think you're going to get yourself free with a $97 strategy? Probably not. Okay. You got to invest for the tool for the long term. And I know that for myself, it's honest conversation. It's the only thing I ever offer people are real solutions, which I call the full solution. And it's the reason why we have hundreds of testimonials, not because I say so, because I post them here. I post them in on my newsletter each and every week. We have them on YouTube. You can see for yourself, hundreds. And you don't get hundreds of results because you create average results. You get hundreds of results because there's something that you're doing that's systematic and it works. So I want to open the floor really quickly, and I'll take any of your questions that you might have for me around, how you can scale and grow your business. And I'm here for it. I'm here for any questions that you might have for me. Did you get value from this live tonight? Or did you get value? My only goal was to share from my heart what I know you need to do in order for you to be able to generate a consistent, solid revenue, a profitable business. And these are the things. So you need to have a niche that is, thank you, darling. You need to have a solid niche. We need to know what is it that you're meant to do and what do you do, not what somebody else does, not likeness or anything like that. Okay. Number two, because I'll break it down this way, Monica, and I'll just talk to you since you're commenting and I see your comments here. Is I could say, okay, there's tons of people out there that say, you know what, I help people package and price and position themselves. That's what I help people do. But I'm like, really? You do? Show me your results. And a lot of folks are like, oh, that's such a pretty picture. And it's like such pretty words. And they move forward with some solution there's no proof. Okay. You got to make sure for yourself that you really give yourself what you need. If your goal is to be free this year, if your goal is to have your first 5-figure month, if it's your goal is to have your first 6-figure month, quarter, year, give yourself what you really need. Okay. So, and then work on your mindset so that you don't get in the way of the progress you desire, and choose the smallest things. And I actually think that's one of the biggest reasons why people choose shiny things is because of their mindset. When you know what you need, you just choose powerfully for yourself. And, you have to make investments that you can't walk away from. There's something about making an investment that scares you, that makes you show up differently. You guys know what I'm talking about. $97, you might open it, you might not. And I'm sure some of you are laughing right now, thinking about all the courses that you've gotten that you never opened because they were $47 or $97. No. All right. You got to invest in a level where you have skin in the game. And your lead system. You got to have leads, right leads, know how to attract them, know how to position yourself in front of them, know how to strategically state who you are, what you do, and who you serve. And you want it to be your process to be systematic for attracting leads and for selling and marketing. And most people are missing this in their business, and they have no idea what they're missing, right? Because they're just seeing all these little parts that don't fit together, and they're like, oh, I'll just do this. But we got to choose the thing that really will work for you, your engine. Sales is an engine. I don't do new things over and over again. I do the same things over and over again. I've been doing the same things forever, right? My webinar's been running almost 7 years. Okay, 7 years. Tens of thousands of views, tens of thousands of views, right? It's systematic. What I do, it works. It's transferable. Are there any questions for me? I'm going to pull, Monica, I'm going to pull a couple of the comments. Kimberly was ready. I love that shot of you. And Monica says, I am getting value and this is making sense. And hi, Coach Mia. This is wonderful. I'm so glad you're here. That level of stage, yes, without a doubt, right? The next level and money on the table. Most people are leaving money on the table and they just don't realize it. And then also, yes, value. Are there any other comments? Any other comments? I would love to support you. And I've got a couple of ways that I can help you. If you have questions about how you might be able to leverage and package your knowledge into a high ticket structure, you can always just go to miaredrick.com. And I'll post the link here. And that's my website. You'll see on the bottom of that page, you can book a complimentary strategy session with me or a member of my team, and we'll help you figure out how to package and leverage your knowledge into a high ticket structure, or figure out what's missing in the business so you can begin to build profits in your business. It is really only for you if you are investment minded, because really on those calls, what happens is we help diagnose what's going on in the business, and then we make recommendations for you in terms of how I can support you if you're fit. And so it's for you if you're serious minded. Number two, Maybe you're like, I just need a class. I just need support. And I'm hosting an event in June, and it's going to be phenomenal. I'm going to tell you. And somebody just asked me today, and I wrote it in my newsletter. Am I hosting any other events this year? Nothing is on the books, okay, except this event, okay. And June 2nd, 3rd, and 4th in Baltimore, I am hosting the Giant Experience Mastertraining.com. So I'm going to post it right here. It's the Giant Experience Master Training. And it's my signature product. My clients have all gone through this training. They've made multi-millions of dollars as a result of this training. And what I do over the course of 3 days, me and you, okay, and a small group of amazing, committed women, I teach on how to package what you do. And I teach it from my methodology, which is help my clients create and package services as coaches and consultants and licensing and online education for high ticket products or services. And then you do it, right? And then you get some feedback. So it's a learn and do event. It's a done with you event. There's also a component of pricing, and I help you break down what your prices could be, and you get feedback. Same thing. You build it, and then we evaluate it. Then I teach you how to position in your marketing, and you do it, and then you get feedback, and then I show you how to set up your sales process. So you leave on Monday super clear, 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 right? And now you're not going home trying to figure out, what do I do? How could I charge? Why do I charge? You know what I mean? Why do I charge this amount? You understand why? Because of this immersive event. It is immersive. And lunch is included every day. There's a reception on Friday night. I think that for a mastermind of this sort, I could easily charge, $20,000, $15,000. And I am awesome. And I decided that what I would do is make this super accessible. This is the first event since COVID that I've hosted. So it's under $5,000. A masterclass, 3 days, 24 hours of training. Come on. It's a no-brainer. Clear the time, find the money, sign up today, and that's it. There is a coupon. So the event is $5,997. And there's a coupon that's on the page. When you apply the coupon, you get $1,200 off. And it changes pretty much every Friday. So if you want to come, and you want to maximize this discount, then sign up tonight. Monica writes, let's see here. I'm a minister and certified life coach. I work with women who are weary, wounded, and overwhelmed. What would you suggest as a first step for generating leads? And I currently host a weekly room on Clubhouse and offer a comp 20-minute session. So that's a really great question. I love it. Okay, so let me just see a couple things here. So remember that structuring your message to audience of women who, while they may be weary, wounded, and overwhelmed, you're not looking just for the weary, wounded, and overwhelmed. You're looking for the women who want to transcend that. And that's a different investor. Okay. So that's a person that's looking, I'm wounded, I'm weary, and I'm overwhelmed, but I don't want to stay there. You want to work with that person that wants to be on the other side of that. And that's actually the transformation, one of them that you're selling. And in terms of generating leads, I would focus initially on changing my marketing message, get directly in front of the person that wants the transformation, and that will invest in that transformation. And it's great that you are hosting a weekly room on Clubhouse. Make sure your messaging is aligned and you've got good strategic ways and systematic ways to sell. And you offer a complimentary 20-minute session. And then if I said yes to that, what's the next step, right? Of getting these people to say, I want to change my life with you, right? So for you to hold a place for them to change their life. I think the master training that I offer would be great for you. When you go to miaredrick.com, one of the things that you're going to see there is the live master training that I just posted here. And you're also going to see that we have an online version of a master training for the Giant Experience. And it's also awesome. It's under $1,000. So it might be a great point of entry for those of you who are like, I want to learn from you, Mia, but I'm trying to figure out what. Where should I start? You got to start with um, just real advice that can really help you and move you, and that has proof that it's helped others. And that's really important. That's why I love coming here and serving in this way. And are there any other questions? Did you guys get value tonight? Are there any other questions? Monica, thank you so much for playing full out for everybody, right? You were the voice tonight. I appreciate that. And it always takes one, right, to show up for themselves. It makes all the difference. If I can support you in some way, you can always sign up for a strategy session with us. Just put your name, Monica, and that you met me here on the live, all right? So any other questions, comments, thoughts, and as a result of being here tonight. This is the last call. I want to thank you for being here, for being an amazing audience. You could have been anywhere, but you decided to be here. And I want to encourage you to check out the Giant Experience Master Training online and spend some time on the page and really get a sense of the kind of results that we create for our clients. Like, look at the testimonials, look at the proof, and you'll really be able to see for yourself, like, wow, this is really real. So whether you choose to sign up for the online version, okay, or you decide that you want to come to Baltimore and June 2nd through 4th and grab one of your seats and come to that training for the Learn and Do event, um, just make a decision. I can absolutely help you, and I would love to if you're committed and you're an implementer and you do the work and you want real solutions. If that's something you value, then you'll love my events. All right. I want to thank you for your time. I appreciate you. Have a great, and I'm going to, Monica, thank you. Have a great and amazing night. I'll talk to you soon. Have a good night.